Hello YouTube, it is Javid with the Javad Vapes Now channel on Twitter. So that's my Twitter handle, J-A-V as in Victor, A-D as in dog, Vapes Now. That's one word, Javad Vapes Now. That's my Twitter handle. And this is Javid Osanlu saying, hey guys, I wanted to do a really quick video on a couple of subjects. The first subject is going to be vaping, and then the next subject is going to be a little bit about what's going on in my life. I know that I have been filling you guys in on my weight loss journey and what's happening there and where we're at and yada yada yada, and we'll get to that at the end of the video. But first things first, let's do this awesome video review for two e-liquids. Now, what e-cigarette or e-juice direct is doing now is they're doing a standoff between two juices. Like if you get the more expensive juice traditionally, like the Looper by Animal, ANML, and you can't afford that all the time, they're pairing up something that is very similar to it, and they call it like a standoff or a this versus this. If you go on their website, that's ejuicedirect.com, you can get a really good deal on these two e-liquids. They always do a fantastic deal for me. You can also get 15% off if you follow the link down below in the drop box. I will put it down there. And I think even when you go and do your first order, if you do a certain amount, they'll give you a certain deal too. But if you follow the link below that I put down in the drop box, you'll be able to get 15% off your first order. And if somebody really needs the help, I can send you the $5 coupon that they give me, because I mean I've given out so many of them to so many friends. My friends are like, oh, I don't want any more coupons. But anyway, you can't really push people to vape if they don't want to. I learned that the hard way. Okay, so we're going to talk about the e-liquids. First e-liquid is called Loopy Cereal by Direct Juice. This is going to be in 6 milligram nicotine. It's a 120 milliliter bottle, and it's ejuicedirect.com. And I think this is actually one of their, like they created it. And we're going to compare it to Looper, which is the traditional Loopy cereal. As it says right there, Loopy cereal, this is what it is. I'm not a real big fan of cereal tasting vape. Like I used to, one time I got the honey oats, honey bunches of oats or honey oats type of vape from, I don't remember which company it was, but I liked it for like 2 seconds and then I didn't like it anymore. So it was good at first, but then all of a sudden it wasn't good. So the first one I'm going to do is going to be on my handy dandy Alien, which y'all have seen in many videos. My handy dandy 220 Alien mod, the Alien 220. I'm going to vape on it. I'm vaping at 45 watts soft. I usually don't vape much higher than that. And of course I am sub-ohming. For you guys who don't know what sub-ohming means, that means that I am taking the e-liquid directly into my lungs and not taking it into my mouth and then inhaling. Like this is a sub-ohm. So I'm inhaling straight into the lungs, pulling it straight into my lungs. When I first started vaping, I didn't know the difference. So if you're new to vaping and you don't know the difference, it's either lung hitting or not lung hitting. Like you're either taking it into your lungs or you're taking it from your mouth into your lungs. That's the difference between sub-ohm and ohm vaping. Basically, that's the difference. You can do it with this too, like I can go. But I mean, that's kind of like mimicking smoking, and that's what you're trying. Most vapors are trying to not smoke. So for me, vaping in that fashion, any kind of vaping is better than smoking. They've proven that beyond a shadow of a doubt. That it's better, period. All doctors, every doctor I have talked to has said it is better, period. Now, we don't know the long-term, 20 years from now, repercussions of vaping because we don't have anybody that's been vaping that long. But we do know that physiologically for your lungs and for your breathing, it is 98.8% healthier for you than drawing off of a traditional cigarette. Wow. So the taste of this one, the Loopy cereal, is phenomenal. To me, it's very delicious. Um, is it on par with Looper? I'm going to leave that for you to determine. My personal opinion, it's not the same, but it's delicious. It is not exactly the same, and I don't think that any two e-liquids that even when they compete with one another, I've not tasted ones that taste identical to. Even when if but it tastes good enough that it is definitely a delicious loopy fruity loopy cereal, Fruit Loop, whatever you want to call it. It is a Fruit Loop type cereal. It's so delicious. I mean, it's good. And if you can't get your nicotine buzz off of something that's this delicious and stop smoking, well, I don't know. Then obviously you're a traditionalist with tobacco and you just like the taste of the burning tobacco in your mouth. Um, Me personally, I never liked the taste of it. I enjoyed smoking because it calmed my nerves. It made me look older when I wanted to look older, and seemed to. People say that it curbed my appetite. I don't think it did because I was so much fatter when I smoked than like when I was smoking. I was huge, and so when I quit smoking, like immediately I started losing weight and eating healthier, and so let's go into the next e-liquid, and then we'll talk about that at the end of my video because I did have a procedure done and we want to get to that. So the next one, I don't need to introduce it to you guys. You know what it is. If you've been vaping at all, it's Looper. If you've not vaped, Looper is the first or one of the first cereal, Fruit Loop cereal type vapes that came on the market. When it first came out, it was so expensive. You would have to pay like $80, $90 for a little bottle like this. This is a 60 milliliter bottle. It was very expensive to get. I don't remember if it was 80 bucks. I think I'm exaggerating quite a bit there. It was probably 30 bucks or something, but it was expensive. It was very expensive just to get like, it was like 29.99 for a little 30 milliliter bottle. I mean, it was very expensive. And it would often be sold out. You couldn't get it in the strength that you wanted. And it was hard to get a hold of in some cases. And because everybody wanted it, everybody was like raving, and people still do. And I'll show you why. I'm vaping this on the Vape Pen Plus by Smock. Um, everything my vape pens so far, vape products have all been Smock. I guess I'm a Smock enthusiast, I guess you could call it. This is Looper. I mean, in Looper, if you've not had Looper, Looper is so delicious that if I could, I've heard one of the other vapor, Tia Vape, she says if she could open the bottle and drink it, she would. I know what she's talking about. If you could open this bottle and drinking and it wasn't bad for you, I would do it. But you can't do that, and don't do that. That is disgusting, and also it's very dangerous. So absolutely do not drink or consume your e-liquid other than in the way that you're supposed to, and that is through a tank and through a vaping device. It's so good. These Vape Pen Pluses by Slock, kudos to them. This is an excellent little device. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to like them. I bought two of them, and it was the whole setup. I have broken the glass on mine probably 5 times and had to replace it. So that kind of upsets me because it's like the glass is so thin that if you barely knock it into anything, and if you don't keep a really heavy duty thick vape pen on it, it's going to get broken. I can rest assured, and it's hard to get a replacement. The replacement glasses, I've seen places selling them for $9.99 a piece. I've seen places sell them for $7.99, $9.99, $4.99. I have a really awesome guy here in Arlington, Texas, Texas Tobacco. Men, he is my buddy, he is my pal, and I really will always have a very special place in my heart for him because he really supported and helped me on my journey to get away from cigarettes and get healthy. So he's always been very supportive, just always customer service oriented, and just he's a really good person, and I really, really like him a lot. I think he's one of the best people I've ever met in my life, and uh, will always, always, always think of him in just the most awesome and most positive light that I can, generate towards him. I want him and his family to always be happy and have lots of success in their life. He always does a good deal, and he always is very fair with his customers. And he actually moved into a new place. If you guys could go over there and patronize uh, Men Please at Texas Tobacco, that would be awesome. In Arlington, Texas, Texas Tobacco. We all have GPS and Google now, so just GPS it, Google it, and find your way over there. There's an excellent Mexican restaurant next to it called Reggio's, and it is absolutely authentica Mexican food. Some of the best Mexican food I've had, and I have been in Mexico, as my grandmother on my father's side is Mexican and Indian, so I grew up eating traditional Mexican food, Monterrey style food. So I do know Mexican food when I eat it, and when I say that it is close to being authentic, I'm pretty accurate when I say that. The tortas cubanas, I've not had them. I have not had the cubana torta there. I've had it in several of the other places in Arlington, and Arlington, Texas is home of some of the best cubana tortas that you can eat. If you don't know what that is, a cubana torta is a sliced brisket beef, if you will, Mexican hamburger or a Mexican sandwich, or equivalent to a traditional American style hamburger. It's like the Mexican version of that, or the Cuban version, Cubana version of that, and it is so delicious that you can't eat one by yourself. If you can eat one by yourself, kudos to you, because you have a big stomach and you are a heck of an eater. I can't eat one by myself. I can eat a fourth of one or a half of one at most, and then I have to share it with somebody, or I give the other to someone else. That's because it's just so much food. And the price is usually you can get one for $8. If you can get one for $8, $7.99, get it. If it's in a good, clean, established, good place, get it. They usually go for around $10. They're expensive, but like I said, 2 or 3 people can eat one. So $3. $3.5 a piece, or $3.33 a piece, and 3 people eat. That's a pretty good value. So that was Looper on the Vape Pen Plus. Excellent. That's all I'm going to say. Excellent. Again, it's at 6 milligram. It was on the Vape Pen Plus. The Vape Pen Plus is a regulated tubular mod, so I can't tell you what wattage it's vaping at because I haven't studied it enough. But it doesn't. It regulates it for you, and it lets you get a good hit. And the longer that you hold the button and the more that you puff off of it, the stronger of a hit you're going to get. And that's how that works. So, the thing I was going to fill y'all in on. This is a subject that's dear to my heart. Guys, I have talked with y'all many times about weight loss and how important it is to eat healthy and yada, 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 yada. I shared in one of my previous videos that I had wound up in the hospital at 473 pounds. I had ended up in the hospital for 12 days at a very early age. At a very, very early age, I should not have been in the hospital with a heart condition at that age. But long story short, I blew up to 473 pounds from being 195 pounds. I blew up to that size within a 1.5 to 2 year period. It took me 2 years to go from being 185 pounds, 6'3", to get up to 473 pounds and 6'3". Actually, I shrunk because of the weight over the years, and I had shrunk all the way down to 6 foot. So my spine had compressed, and the discs had slipped, and yada, 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 which they are now decompressing them, and I'm getting the height back. And I am down to 200 pounds. Yes, 200 pounds on fully dressed and in all my clothing, I'm about 215, 220. But when when I'm at the hospital about to have surgery, I'm right at 198 to 200 pounds. So that's my weight. I went from a size 60 in the waist to a size 40. And I can, if I wanted to squeeze into a pair of pants, I could put on a size 38 again if I wanted to. But I don't do that because I don't like for my pants to be tight. I like my pants to be loose fitting in the waist so that I always have to wear a belt because otherwise they'll fall off. The thing that I want to get to though is if you're suffering from achy legs, if you're suffering, if you were overweight for any period of time, especially if you were overweight for more than 5 years of your life, go see a vascular specialist because I didn't know that those kind of problems could exist in men. I thought that that was something that only happened to women, and that was an ignorant, sexist way of me thinking, which I admit it, and I accept the responsibility that I did not educate myself properly enough to know, and no one had told me about it. But you can get what's called collapsed valves in your legs from being overweight. Not, traditionally it's people who are overweight. There's some people that have lupus and that have other types of multiple sclerosis, types of cancers, and things like that will also get the collapsed valves in their arteries as well in their legs. But there is a procedure out, and it has been out for a while, where they go in laparoscopically with a laser and they correct it. So I'm not going to go into detail about how they do it or what the condition's called or what the vascular conditions are, because everyone's is different. Everyone can have a different type of vascular disease or vascular disorder. But go see a vascular specialist. I had the first of 2 surgeries on this last Friday, just a few days ago, and I'm going to tell you guys, I feel 100 times better. So, although my incisions are very sensitive, the incision when they went in is very sensitive and very sore, and my upper thigh is very sensitive and very sore, more so than the bottom calf muscle or calf area where they went in. But those are the 2 only places that I'm hurting and uncomfortable. The other part, I can definitely tell that I had the surgery because my leg feels a lot lighter. It feels much better. I can lift it much easier. It doesn't have that heavy, sluggish, tired feeling. It's not aching, and it just feels so different. I can't even begin to tell you the difference in how I feel, and it's only been 3 days. And the recovery time is 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So I feel amazing in just 3 days. I feel like this leg feels like a brand new leg. Thank you, God. I feel like, like the surgeon just did such a miraculous job. And he was the instrument of God, as I do have faith and do believe that way. I'm also very scientific and follow science, and know that if you're truly faithful, then you're going to believe. For me, I believe that God does bestow gifts upon miraculous surgeons out there, and that if you find a really good surgeon and God is blessing you and you're able to find a really good surgeon and a surgeon comes into your life, don't hesitate to do the procedure, because I'm telling you guys, it's awesome. You're going to feel a lot better. I will not mention my surgeon's name due to privacy, but if you have any questions about it and you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please comment down below, and I'll private message you with the information of the surgeon and when you can go and get a consultation. Give you the name and number, and he accepts all types of insurances. So down below, ask me, and I will tell you his name and information. I'm just not going to give it out because for privacy reasons, he may not want me to do that, and I don't think I'm allowed to do that anyway. But peace out. This is Javad Vape saying peace out. I hope that all of you are having a fantastic week. Be vigilant in your studies. Be vigilant in your praying. Be vigilant in your love towards one another. love each other, love yourself most especially, because if you're not good to yourself and you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else. So it's very important that all of us try to stay healthy and eat healthy, exercise at least 30, 40 minutes a day, every day if you can. Even if you can't get out and go walk in place in your house or move your arms up and down on your recliner or find some way to burn those calories, because remember, whatever we put in, it's only fuel. That's all food is. Food is fuel. It is not something to be worshipped or something to be idolized or something to be thought of as a problem resolver or something to use to fill that void or emptiness that's within you, and to be used as a crutch or some type of emotional crutch. Don't use it that way. That's what I was doing, and the medication that I was on kind of exasperated that. So this is Javed saying peace out. I hope you all find happiness in yourselves and in others. And remember, I believe that if you're looking for happiness outside of your own self, then you're never going to find it, because the happiness that you're seeking is already inside of you. You just have to rediscover it. So God bless, and have a very good week.